Good morning, everybody. Jeff Jacklich here. Brent Abel there. Goldballhunting.com. We're here. It's the morning. It is the morning still, I think. We are here to help you with
wow.
whatever your tennis needs are. If you're pursuing
Ooh.
the National Senior Tennis Tournaments,
Oh,
Category 3, Category 2, Category 1s.
wow.
This is the place you need to be. This is the boots on the ground experience. Listen up, because this is where it happens. There's no fluff here. There's no theory. This is a reality check. Welcome to Monday. Here we go, December.
So the big question is this: how are tennis players like us who never played in the tour, weren't incredible juniors, or maybe got a late start to the game, how do we consistently compete at our highest skill level without having to grind through endless hours of on-court practice time and still be in the hunt for victory match after match? That is the question, and Gold Ball Hunting gives you the answers by helping you eliminate your skill level range so that you build a strong foundation of confidence. My name is Brent Abel, and along with my biz partner, Jeff Jacklich, welcome to Gold Ball Hunting.
Brenny, how you doing today?
Oh, baby, that was the best intro so far. Today is episode number 323. That is numero uno right there.
Boom.
Completely slammed. I mean, that's like, you're on top of the turnbuckle in those pro wrestling things. And you've just leaped, and you're, going about two-thirds of the way.
The big elbow body drop, right?
Yeah, you start with a swan dive, and then in midair you turn and you come down.
Oh, there you go.
And
the classic.
That is the thing of beauty, Jeff. Good. Well, listen.
It is.
I am happy to be here today. Yeah, I'm down here in the desert. Beautiful snow still in the mountains there, and the Crable Masters has started today on the grass.
Yeah.
The top 12 guys in singles and the top 8 double teams in the 60s in the United States.
Yeah.
Here. And wow, there's some.
That's awesome, because they're all good matches.
Well, it's like, I think we were talking about it yesterday, where in the singles, there's two groups of 6 players. And so Monday through Friday, it's a round robin. Monday through Friday, you play everyone in your group.
Yeah.
And every one of them is like, we don't know who's going to win. It's like,
it's like a semifinal or a finals, right? Every match is,
Right. And, after today, you got 4 more to go just to see if you can get into the semifinals.
Right.
So anyway, it's a kid in the candy store thing for me in terms of I got the Crable. I mean, here it is, Toby Crable, right? He's got to play Mark Vines in the first match.
Wow.
First match. So, those guys just played, 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago in the semis. And here they are, first round. So anyway, what's on your mind?
Are you going to be interviewing any of the guys there this week?
Yeah, I will. I mean, I'll definitely get some interviews going, and I think I'm going to ask the question, what is it that maybe the other guys who are struggling through the first and second round don't know? Because it looks to me like the guys in the first and second rounds, they look like they're in pretty good shape to me. They look pretty fit to me.
Right.
Gosh, their strokes don't look a whole lot different than what yours. What do you know that they don't know? So we're gonna tee up that question. I'll do that this week, and I'm
nice.
I'm going to be curious to see what the answers are. So
awesome. Well, you got a great you got a great crowd. I mean, you can ask any one of them, right? Because they all have the boots on the ground experience. So.
Well, they're all gold ballers, and the doubles. There are a lot of guys who are just playing doubles. So there's more than 12 guys here. I mean, it's
right.
It's how do they
say?
say?
That's like 20 guys. That's like 20 guys.
It's a cornucopia of
nice
gold
word.
Ballers.
That's a nice Monday morning word.
Well, it's fall. It's late fall out here, early winter. Cornucopia. I'm thinking of.
Love it.
I don't know what I'm thinking of. Anyway, what's going on with you today, man? What's up? I know. I know you got something on your mind that you want to.
Cold, misty, rainy day here in Moraga, but who cares, right? What are we going to talk about today?
You tell me. What are we talking about?
again, boots on the ground experience. This is one of our gold ballers, Leora. Shout out to Leora.
Oh
She's been
God,
making
yeah,
some great strides this last
yeah,
year.
yeah, cool.
And I think this is really poignant because I think, if you're out there playing and you're playing, playing these events and you're trying to get over the hump, who's helping you along the way, right? And what is their background in trying to guide you through this process? And also, are they bound by tennis theory, or and are they trying to coach you or teach you kind of counterproductive to what your skill set actually is and what your strengths are? Don't do this because this is the way you play tennis. You don't play tennis that way. You play tennis this way. And I think that's like a prevailing wind in the tennis industry right now, and especially as you start playing tournaments, because you go into these events and you might have this one thought process of, this is the way you play tennis and this is the way everybody should play tennis. And nothing could be farther from the truth. As you know, Brenny, you've played players, I've played players that look horrific watching them hit a ball. But on paper, they got wins, and they got wins over good players. And so you got to take them seriously, and you got to come up with an answer that day. And I'll tell you what, most of the time, the answer is not theory. The answer is some other solution, digging into your own skill set and doing things that maybe you're not perfectly comfortable with, but it's going to get the job done today.
Well, maybe that's the answer that I'm going to get all week from these guys is something along those lines of, well, I just figured out what works best for me. And I was, had some coaching, or I took some lessons or something like this. And the guy or the gal tried to show me something that wasn't me. It was,
right.
It was like you said, it's theory, or and it's weird because, you and I go to these USPTA conferences, and I love those things. I just love those things. I think they're so good. But I think that sometimes,
yeah,
and I'm talking about maybe the younger pros, or I'm talking about maybe guys who are sort of newer in the industry, who haven't really gotten beat up over and over and over again.
right.
Who finally figured out, wait a minute, there's no theory that actually works. There's no real commodity here that actually works for everybody. You got to dig in. You got to do the work. You really got to do the work. So,
right.
But I think that one of the things that I see at some of these at these tennis conferences, instructional conferences, is too much theory.
Yeah.
And the takeaway is supposed to be, take this back to your club, take this back to your students, because this is what works. Well, the only thing that actually works is being able, just like you said, dig into each one of your students individually.
Right.
And discover and help them discover what they're really good at. And like we've been talking about recently, what you're really good at. How can we work this thing so you get to do a whole lot more of that?
More of it, right. Doesn't matter if it's not pretty. Doesn't matter if it doesn't fit.
Is this a beauty contest? Do I get extra points? Like if I hit
last time I checked it,
shot at 15 love, do I get to go to 40 love all of a sudden?
Right, because
or if I hit a great looking shot, Jeff, and it misses by that much, do I get half a point?
You get half credit.
Yeah.
God, you struck that ball really well, Jeff. Hate to call it out, but tell you what, I'm going to give you half.
That's right.
It's 40-35.
So, guys, you're right. It's not a beauty contest, and anyone who's
it never says at the end of your score, oh, and Jeff played well, or oh, and Brent he managed to pull it out. It never says that, right?
Yeah,
It's just a score. That's it.
It's a score.
So today, kind of laying that groundwork, Leora has done such a great job this last year, putting in the hard work. And for Leora, there's some small technical adjustments we made. We've talked about Leora before. But the biggest adjustment I had to make with Leora was mentally. Her two greatest assets are her speed and her fitness, and athleticism. That would be three assets, I guess. And And she used to, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but she used to apologize for winning matches because, oh, I just beat her because I could last longer. Oh, I just beat her because I could run everything down and shove another ball back. Oh, I just beat her because. And so she was diminishing her greatest assets and apologizing for it. And one day during a session, I called her up to the net. I just called her out on. I said, "Knock it off.
Yeah, stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
First, this is the last time you're going to say sorry for this hour and a half. Okay, I don't want to hear it come out of your head again. Okay, and then two, you miss a ball while we're rallying. I don't want to hear sorry from you. I know you didn't mean to miss it.
Mr.
Whatever.
Stowe, like I'd be warming up with the guys up there in Napa with, Kinger and Hubbs and Stefanski, and I'd warming up, and I'd miss a ball, and I go, God, hey, sorry, and Mr. Stowe would come over and go, what are you sorry for? You're warming up, Brent. You're supposed to miss balls.
You're gonna miss some.
Okay, but I mean, he goes, just stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we kind of transformed that thought process, and I kind of like reached into her eyeballs and I changed the lens she was looking through and shoved this new lens on, and I said, I can't move the meter here. I can't help you move the meter unless you understand that everything I'm doing to help you is going to be built around your speed, your fitness, and your athleticism. I said, what we have to do now is take your skill set and figure out these three qualities, your skill set, and what kind of game plan are we going to construct that you can time and time again go back to and have confidence in using your skill set in this manner. And know that as we talked about Mark Vines the other day, last week in the interview, that he was talking about, he had 4 plans that day, A, B, C, and D. And D was, if everything just goes in the dumper, I'm just going to count, meaning he just counts every time he hits the ball. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't worry about strategy. He doesn't worry about that. He just counts, right? So for Leora, it was giving her the skill set, and again, giving her options to if all else fails, we're going to use your top 3 assets, speed, fitness, and athleticism, to win today, which means, yeah, you're going to run like a dog, corner to corner, shove another ball back in the court, and we're just going to outlast the girl. That's the last plan. The other plans can make this operation go way quicker. But some days we end up with, plan C or D, that's the way it's going to go.
Right.
So that was like a big part of it, was building these strategies around those assets. And so now, she's had some big wins. She was back in Florida at the Nationals, and she won all her singles matches and beat a couple gals there that, she wasn't supposed to beat. And, the one gal wouldn't shake her hand afterwards because she complained that, oh, this isn't tennis and blah, blah, blah. And I had a huge grin on my face going, Leora, you've crossed over.
That's right. You finally pissed someone off so bad they won't shake your hand because. And
what was great is Leora had this big grin on her face, and we finally got to talk face to face. And she said, I was so thrilled that I knew what I had to do to get the win that day. I used my skill set, my speed, fitness, and agility, athleticism, to take care of business, and just ran this gal, just gave her nothing to work with. And so I think, along this path in the bigger picture, so congratulations, Leora. We're still talking about you because it's just awesome, your transformation, and it's still coming. So I think for players out there, that it's still really important that you really look at your skill set, and it's going to take probably someone else looking at your skill set as well to make a really good assessment of the things you naturally do well. And then, are you building a game plan? Are you building a strategy? And are you building a kind of, what's your brand around the way you think naturally? And you may have to make some adjustments there, just like I did with Leora. I didn't change her assets. I just had to get her to think differently about them. And now she's embraced them.
Yeah.
So is that what you as a player have to go through? So anyway, that's today. I just wanted to,
Well, look, I think that's a really good point, is that as you were talking in terms of, you got to find someone who understands senior tennis, number one, and is not completely infected by, well, I got to teach theory. I got to teach the lag, snap, and wipe. You know, if you've got someone like that, find someone else. But,
Right.
but
What do you really think, Brent?
But the other way to do it is you got to embrace video. And look,
Yeah.
we have lots of our students who totally get the video thing. And look, there's always the first couple of times you watch yourself on video, it's kind of like, oh my God, I didn't know that it looks like I'm not even trying, you know, and you
Right.
sort of, and then you start to kind of, you get into theory in terms of you start looking at technique, start looking at your forehand technique, start looking at your backhand slice technique and your topspin serve technique. And that really gets in the way from you looking at really what is going on out there, who's doing what to whom. And it has nothing to do with, I better analyze stroke technique and I better make it better. I better go call this guy up because I hear he's pretty good with the topspin forehand. Stop it. Just
Right.
Just stop it. And so either you've got a guy like I'm looking at Jeff. You've got someone like Jeff who understands the whole thing about helping you win more, which has a little bit to do with technique, but just like with Leora, you guys discovered here's her thing, and we're gonna initially put her in a position where she can do her thing as much as possible. And then once we, you know, as you kind of convinced her, this is your thing, don't ever apologize for it, embrace it.
Right.
Now let's see what can we do with that as a foundation to kind of shortcut the way to victory. In her case, it's right. So I would tell you guys.
So we built patterns and everything to support her assets.
Absolutely. And so guys, what I'm trying to get to here is you got to embrace video. That's the only reality check you've got out there. You know, if you don't have video, then you got some guy or some gal on the other side of the net feeding you balls, telling you how great you are with this shot. Has nothing to do with you actually learning how to win more of your singles and or doubles matches. Nothing to do. You can have the most butt ugly forehand of all time, but damn it, you can actually put that thing where you want it to go over there. You can make it land, and you know where to move to next on the court. Boomski. I'm sorry. Where's the microphone? I got to drop them.
Boom. Anyway. That's it. And that's really important. You know, I mean, what you're bringing up right now is too, because it goes along with that, you know, the whole tennis theory thing. And that is, you're making an assessment saying, you know, I missed too many forehands today, or I've been missing too many forehands. And is the reason you're missing your forehands, is it technical? Or without the video and seeing, or someone watching you play saying, you know, the only reason you missed your forehands today is because your construction was so poor of the point, and every time you got a little bit of pressure, you went for the lines. So you just kept handing points over and over again, just because how you perceive the game is so sideways. So that's really, most of the time too, that has a much greater influence as to why you're missing backhands, forehands, volleys, and all that over the technical side of it.
So, and that's sort of founded in, you know, two of the pillars, which is mental and physical. And those two things are so intertwined that if you don't have those things nailed, I'm sorry, but you can work on a lag, snap, and wipe, topspin, forehand all day long, but it's not going to translate to when you actually go out there and you play your singles or doubles matches.
Right.
Mentally, you gotta be so solid mentally, and physically you do as well. So I guess that's just a little kind of a tee up for, or a, what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, Jeff, help me. You're the smart one here in the partnership.
The smart one. Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Okay. Anyway, but you and I have been starting to consume some products that we're testing. We're I guess we're 5 days into, or something like that, 4 days into it.
Day 4. Today's day 4. Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to tell you what it is till we get a good 3 weeks,
30 days
into it.
Yeah, a few weeks into it.
Yeah. But in theory, it should should help in those two pillars, mental and physical.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does, we're to turn you guys onto it. So until then, let us be the guinea pigs and see how it goes. So, all right. Well, great topic today, Jeff. That's good. Well, I guess we're still offering a coaching call. We could still do that. Yeah.
We thought about, not doing it, but
we
we're
did
going to
think
still
about
offer
not doing it. Well, until we come up with something else, I think we should offer the free coaching call. I mean, we got to give them something, right? So look, guys, 10, 12, 15-minute free private coaching call. The best way to maximize that time is to bring the one thing in your game that you think that if you got better at it, that over the next 30 days, if we really helped kind of give you a path as to how to next 30, 45 days, whatever it is, to really dig into that one thing. I heard a great podcast this morning. I was listening to our boy, Steve Larson.
Yeah.
He's kind of our little mental or marketing and sales guru guy. But he was talking about how in business, how, the whole shiny object syndrome, how lots of people, they sort of embrace this one way of doing things. And then they go on to something else. And he brought up this thing about there's some Russian proverb or some saying, and he said, I don't know how it goes. So I don't know how it goes either. But it was something about you can't chase two rabbits. So a lot of people go out there and they try to, corral two rabbits at the same time. You can, and I'm sure someone who's listening can, tell me exactly what the thing is. But it's true in your tennis. I think too often what happens is we get sidetracked with all of the potential information out there, real information out there that is really just distracting you from staying focused on that one thing that you need to be working on right now. And so on the free private coaching call, I mean, there's sort of 5 areas, right? There's technique, there's tactics, there's mental, there's physical, and there's experiences, plural. And so if you want to get in the call, just go over to globallhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, click the button, you get access to our online calendar scheduler. You get to pick a date and time that works best for you. But really think hard about what's maybe that one area of your game that if you were to not get sidetracked, and if we could kind of point you in the right direction for the next 30, 45, 60 days, whatever it is, and help you stay engaged on that thing.
Yes.
Just might help start getting the result you want.
Yeah.
Winning.
You don't want to be herding cats.
No. No, you don't.
I call it herding cats or pushing a rope.
That too. Pushing the rope to be, All right, Jeff, what do we want to find folks to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below. iTunes, Stitcher, rate and review, goldballhunting.com. Join us, spread the word, make the family grow.
Guys, get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. I believe we're doing this again tomorrow, Jeff.
Can't wait.